Heaven's Gateway Drugs has been a part of the Fort Wayne music scene for 7 years and counting. In the beginning, they rejuvenated the sounds of psych rock in the city and since have expanded their musical boundaries, defining themselves as a counterculture rock band. They are a staple in the local music scene, and you can find their new album, Slab City, at all local record stores. Today we have lead singer and guitarist Derek Malger, and iconic beard stylist and performer Ben Carr in the studio. They are Heaven's Gateway Drugs. Your new album, Slab City, have a very different vibe, in my opinion. And to me, the album sounds more serious than music you've made in the past. And is that a conscious effort?
We've gotten a little older. Perhaps we are a little more serious. We always try to have fun. Yeah, I think some of the songs on Slab City are a little bit more direct in the focus of the lyrics. So maybe it comes off a little more.
Yeah, I think
serious.
It's almost like forced to be, just like, just dealing with life to be a little more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the new sound that you guys are giving off?
How do you feel about it, Ben?
I love it. I love the direction we're going in. It's fun and it's new for us, and but it seems like a limitless direction, which is what's exciting to me.
I was skimming over your website before, a while before we did the interview, and I saw that you guys define yourselves as a counterculture rock band. So, in your words, how would you define that genre of music?
Psychedelic music is like an umbrella term over any genre. And so, the counterculture was a term for hippies or protesters in the 60s. So we're sort of bringing it back, maybe not with like the total hippie vibe, but there's a lot of angst and a lot of anger. Maybe politically we're trying to get out with some of the words and the lyrics. So yeah, combining psychedelic music with a little bit of a political slant without being too preachy.
Right. Maybe not, yeah. Not excited about what's going on and trying to address that.
But having fun and dancing.
And still having a bit of a hippie vibe.
Okay, well, we will be back soon with more of Heaven's Gateway Drugs. Up next is Pygmalion Pursuit off their new album, Slab City, and you can purchase the album on their Bandcamp or at Neat 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 Records. Stay tuned for more Heaven's Gateway Drugs on the Point 91 FM. You're listening to the Point 91 FM. My name is Christina, and in the studio today I have Derek and Ben from Heaven's Gateway Drugs, and today we are talking about their new album, Slab City. So my first question is, you guys started out of Fort Wayne, and do you think that, the city was, Fort Wayne was a good place to really start out with, our local music scene?
I think so. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We are in such a great spot geographically that if you are a band and you want to go places and play shows out of town, it's really easy to get to a lot of really cool cities, and just a run of a weekend and put some shows together that way. Speaking of just the city itself, though, there's just such a crazy pool of talent here. We get to play with so many great local bands and places like The Point that will absolutely have us on. And then resources like Neat 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 Records and Off the Cuff and Sweetwater that are all here in town, not to mention all the new venues and Brass Rail that are such champions of local music. It really makes things a lot easier.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I think it's we're in an amazing position as a city and geographically, definitely, just to be able to get almost just so many amazing places within 8 hours.
So Ben and Derek are the only two members in the band that are still in the band from the very beginning, though Josh Eilis has rejoined the band, and you've added, and he was a former member, and
Yep.
there was a former member from Streetlights for Stoplights, and he was the lead singer, Jason Davis. So with these two reoccurring and new members, how do you think that has changed the dynamic of your music?
Well, we've come full circle having Josh, our original bass player, is now back. And that's like, what would you say? It's like putting on an old pair of shoes?
Yeah,
What's the right...
I don't know, but but it feels new and exciting. So they're exciting new shoes.
An old pair of jeans fit again?
Yeah, you lost them and they were your favorite ones.
So it's great having him back, and he's always been such a great source of like energy and happiness. He's just such a great guy and an awesome musician. And then Jason has recorded almost all of our music and sort of been with us for this entire ride in a different capacity. So to have him in the band just felt really natural. And on top of that, he's a phenomenal musician too. So it has made everything very easy.
Yeah.
So you can tell in the title song, Slab City, T-Rex seems to influence a lot on this album. Is there anybody else in particular that influenced you?
So many. But you nailed it. T-Rex was a big one for the song Slab City. Slab City I kind of wrote as like a tongue-in-cheek, like Surf City, that was Jan and Dean. But like Beach Boys, Beatles, Rolling Stones, and then obviously a lot of newer folks. Who's a big influence for you, Ben?
Well, I hear it definitely in some of the songs, Grateful Dead and a little bit of REM.
So, speaking of Slab City, the title track is coming up right now. The album is now available at Neat 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 and on their Bandcamp. Stay tuned for more Heaven's Gateway Drugs on the Point 91 FM. My name is Christina, and you were listening to the Point 91 FM. Today in our studio is Heaven's Gateway Drugs, and today we are talking about their new album, Slab City. So, Slab City, I learned, is an actual city in California, and I was wondering what the significance of the city is to you and why you chose it for your song title and why you chose that song as the album title.
I think my thought process originally was Slab City is a place in the desert in California, and air quotes here, there are no laws, they say there, because it's like outside of incorporated city areas. So to me, the song was sort of like a like tourism board jingle for like, come all ye wandering people to Slab City. But Slab City is also like this, it's like a mecca for weirdos and people trying to get off the grid. And so yeah, it was like just a song like, come on out to Slab City. And so wrote the song, recorded the song, we're playing the song out. But I had this like weird feeling that I maybe got the song wrong because it's very specific, mentioning like specific sites in Slab City. So I actually ended up going to Slab City and I checked it out and nailed it.
I sleep with about a 10-foot poster of Slab City above my bed. Not like that I have some obsession with Slab City, but it was just I have a friend that lives out in California and visited and took pictures, and it's just a fascinating place.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's really weird.
Yeah, absolutely true.
So with all your new members on board and ready to go with your music, have you started working on new music for future albums?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've probably got a little over half of an album's worth of material ready to go. That some of those we've been playing live. Josh, our original bass player, his daughter actually found a YouTube video of us from his time in the band where we played a song that none of us remember. So we've actually been relearning that song off of the YouTube video. So that's
it's amazing.
fun.
Yeah.
4-year-old found a song for us to play.
Yeah. Thanks, Sunshine.
So a track that really stood out to me is Thoughts and Prayers. And not too often the band goes into the world of politics, but this has satire from top to bottom. Seeing as this is the final song on the album, does this foreshadow a new direction for the band?
It could. Musically, I don't know. It's pretty sparse. It was sort of all done. I showed up at the studio that day having just written the song, and I didn't really know what was going to happen, so we just hit record, and out it came. But yeah, I think lyrically it felt nice to get all of that out, so I wouldn't mind doing that some more.
Do you think it felt good for you guys to get it out and have your voices be heard? Because it's definitely harder for people to be like, yeah, this is my political standpoint and I'm not going to care what you say, without actually caring what people say about it.
It felt great to record it. It's definitely been one of those things, playing it live.